the internet's biggest unsolved mysteries that no one can explain. In the age of endless information, you'd think all the world's secrets had already been exposed, but buried deep in forums, hidden beneath old code, or whispered through obscure videos with only a handful of views, are mysteries that not only defy explanation, they resist it. They don't fade, they linger, growing stranger with time. These are not tales from ghost stories or science fiction. These are real digital anomalies, events, puzzles, sounds, signals, clues, all scattered across the internet, waiting, perhaps even daring someone to understand them. And yet, despite the efforts of thousands, they remain unresolved. One of the most famous examples began quietly, just a black background and white text, posted to a fringe message board on January 4, 2012. Hello. We are looking for highly intelligent individuals. It was signed Cicatata 331. That message led to one of the most elaborate puzzles the internet has ever seen. It combined cryptography, steganography, ancient literature, music theory, mathematics, and philosophy. Each clue led deeper, sometimes to a book cipher, other times to a GPS location across the world. Thousands tried to solve it. Only a few claimed to have finished. And yet, no one ever came forward. No one revealed what the reward was. Some believe it was a recruitment test for a secret organization. Others say it was AI, learning through interaction, or a government psychological experiment. But perhaps the most disturbing theory is that those who solved it never returned to talk about it. The Cicatata appeared again in 2013, then in 2014, then nothing. Vanished without a trace. Some say the final puzzle was never even completed. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. But long before Cicatata, there was another riddle, lost in the static of early internet forums. In 1996, dozens of strange messages flooded Usenet, one of the oldest online discussion systems. These posts all bore the same cryptic title, Markovian Parallax Denigrate. The content of each message, total gibberish, nonsensical word strings like cheese dogs spinning glow color feet, ignite chrome. Random, right? But linguists and coders began to notice patterns, the way a computer might learn language. Some say it was an early AI gone rogue. Others think it was an encryption method, a one-time pad disguised as nonsense. One woman was falsely identified as the author. She had no idea what anyone was talking about. She was just a librarian, and that was it. The trail stopped. No author, no motive. The posts still exist, still archived, still meaningless, or maybe too meaningful for anyone to crack. In 2025, something stranger began to happen. Broadcasts, actual TV and radio signals were being hijacked, but not like in the old Max Headroom incident. These interruptions were brief, subtle, sometimes just static, sometimes a phrase, sometimes a song that never existed. In one broadcast in rural Texas, a jazz radio station was interrupted by what sounded like a woman singing in reverse. Slow, off tune, then silence. The broadcast lasted 46 seconds, but the location it traced back to, an abandoned antenna with no power. In Canada, a TV channel flickered for exactly 13 seconds to a video of a man in a mask holding up signs written in code. He never moved. No one's ever cracked the message. These interruptions, known online now as phantom casts, are increasing. They don't demand attention, they don't announce themselves, but they leave behind questions no one seems able to answer. Audio mysteries don't stop there. In the late 2000s, a song began to circulate online. Tugodas. A haunting, melancholic track, synth-heavy, distant vocals, vaguely 80s sounding. It was first uploaded by a user who simply asked, "Does anyone know who sings this?" The internet called it the most mysterious song on the internet. No Shazam match, no lyrics in any known database. Audio experts tried to isolate instruments, guessing at drum machines and studio techniques. Reddit users traced it to a German radio show. That led to the discovery of a cassette, found in Berlin, labeled Subways of Your Mind by a band called Fex. But Fex didn't exist. Not online, not in archives. No flyers, no footage, no evidence. Just this one song. The only trace of something or someone who may have only existed long enough to record and disappear forever. But the digital world isn't the only one whispering strange things. In the deserts of Arizona and New Mexico, travelers have reported something terrifyingly simple. Whispers in the wind. At first they thought it was just the air, but when they stopped, the voices kept going. Clear as day. Some said the voices called their name. Others claimed they spoke in foreign tongues. Some recognizable, others completely alien. A few hikers captured audio, but when analyzed, nothing out of the ordinary showed up. No speech patterns. No known frequency abnormalities. Just wind, except that wind told stories, gave warnings, whispered regrets. Paranormal investigators flocked to the region. Skeptics blamed it on auditory pareidolia, but those who've heard it, they don't forget. One man described it as the desert thinking. Whatever it is, it knows you're there. And then, there are the skies. In just 12 months, 5 commercial flights vanished over the Pacific Ocean. No distress call, no debris, no black boxes. Just gone. Flight 708 from Tokyo to Los Angeles disappeared mid-flight. Radar logs show the plane changed altitude once, then nothing. Air traffic control captured a final message from the pilot. "We're surrounded by light." The line went dead. That phrase alone has sparked thousands of conspiracy threads. Some believe it's a reference to a natural phenomenon. Others suggest weaponized energy fields. But more chilling are those who tie it to historical disappearances. Reports from the 1950s and 60s with similar phrasing. Lights above the plane. Blinding white sky. They're here. Some patterns, it seems, have always been there. We just never noticed until now. And finally, there's one mystery that has no name, no video, no image, just rumors. Across multiple anonymous forums, users began reporting dreams, vivid ones, all set in the same place. A dimly lit mall, escalators that lead nowhere, hallways that never end, music playing endlessly, every detail matched. People from different countries, different cultures, described the same dream down to the store signs and floor tiles. Some called it the back rooms, but others insisted the dream came first, before the meme, before the videos. Some even claimed to have seen each other there. How can people who've never met share the same dream, down to the scent of stale popcorn and broken elevators? Is it just coincidence? A collective hallucination? Or a place that really exists somewhere beneath memory and imagination? So what are we left with? A puzzle no one solved. A string of nonsense posts that might have been a message. Signals from nowhere. Songs from no one. Voices in the wind. Lights in the sky. Dreams that don't belong to us. These aren't stories. These aren't creepypasta. These are things that happened, that are happening. And the more we connect, the more we seem to discover. Something is looking back. Maybe we're not uncovering these mysteries. Maybe we're being shown them. Slowly, quietly, bit by bit. So ask yourself, if the internet can bring us knowledge, what else can it bring? What secrets hide in its corners? And what if the truth was never meant to be known? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Until next time, stay cautious and remain vigilant.